You know what's really, I hate when people see like reality TV, like Love and Hip Hop, and then they have the nerve to be like, this is why they don't take us folks serious, this is why they don't take their minority serious. And it's like, let me tell you something, bitch. Stop trying to blame reality TV to try to show what's wrong with us. What's wrong with us has nothing to do with us. It has something to do with them. Alright? Niggas don't take us serious. Niggas don't like us before TV even fucking started. The reason why the minority act how they act, because we're fucking angry. Alright? We angry due to the system. Stop trying to blame it on motherfucking reality shows. Oh, this is why people don't this, because the way people act on Love and Hip Hop. Don't blame that shit. Don't blame shit on a reality TV show. There's been problems with the minority for a long time. And it's not because of us. It's because of them. Because them don't fucking like us, bitch.
Let me find out my girl Cardi B is a mixed Power Ranger. But seriously, she's the Gray Ranger. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, my boo Cardi B is out here letting white supremacy. She didn't call it under this name, but the system she's referring to is white supremacy. And not to sound like Tariq Nasheed or anything, be macking and licking my lips 1 minute and talking about white supremacy the next. But that's none of my business. But anyways, like my girl said, they hated us before the TV. You want me to believe that these people put people in chains, whipped them, raped them, hung pregnant women upside down, cut a baby out of them, let the baby fall to the ground, you know, watched men fight each other to the death, beating each other to death, using people for free labor, raping women and children for hundreds of years, and then they suddenly came to the conclusion that they like those people, that they're okay with those people when they hated them so much before, just because. And now you're trying to tell me that they're all of a sudden like, hey, you know, we're all equal. They never thought that we were equal to them. Never. They always hated you. And it's surely not because you did anything wrong. All right. It's not because you commit more crime than them, or because you riot and they don't, or any of that foolishness. Let me tell you something. All right. They'll say things like, black people were violent against the police and Blue Lives Matter when the #1 killer of police is suicide. Or let's say, for example, black people riot, and then when you go, you actually check out who's really rioting. It's white people rioting all the damn time at the sporting events. Whether the team won or lost, they act like they have no goddamn brains in their head. Even at surfing events, you know, I posted shit on my blog plenty of times about the different things that they're doing. Or to say, for example, well, you know, black people commit a lot of crimes. It's like, dude, or minorities commit a lot of crimes. It's like, come on now. How come there's no major studies into white on white crime? Did you know that computer hacking costs like, what is it like? I think it's $500 million. No, I'm sorry. If I'm not mistaken, it's $500 billion a year in America. Hold on real quick. Let me go reference that to make sure I got it right. Okay, I went and looked up the story. I'm going to read this to you guys another time. I'm not going to read the whole story to you. I'm just going to read the headline. Now, the story was posted on the usnews.com website and it's titled, Study. Hackers cost more than $445 billion annually. In other words, almost $500 billion annually. Because of their cyber crimes. You know, people have to build systems and implement different things to keep their systems from being hacked and compromised to thieves and people who are fishing for information, etc. So we're talking about $500 billion, almost $445 billion. Who's committing those crimes? Is it the so-called minority? Or is it in general the majority that's doing that bullshit? Almost $500 billion damn dollars. And then they'll say things like, well, you know, black people are on welfare and there's more white people on welfare. They say, well, there's more white people. Yeah, well, why are you speaking in theory? You'll say that black people are sucking up all the money out of welfare, but there's more white people on welfare, which means that whoever are the majority of people that are on welfare are the ones that are actually getting the money. I don't care about theoretically. If there were more black people, then there will be more blacks that are on welfare than whites. It doesn't matter, because the reality of the situation is there's more whites on welfare. So fuck your theory on, well, if there were more black people, then of course there would be. That's neither here nor there. The point is that this is what's going on in the way that it's what? Always been? Come on now. In a reality where all of America's money is really going is to the military. It's to go fight wars. Or as Tupac would say, got money for wars but can't feed the poor. most of the most of the budget that's not being used to help people, like a strong portion of the budget, is going towards. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a video about that. Let me go look it up right now, because I looked it up before and it was astonishing. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm going to have to break this down for you guys in another video, because it's going to be a long one. But let me tell you something. So now, according to the usgovernmentspending.com website, here's the breakdown. Government pensions. Now, this is for 2017 for the record. Yes, 2017. Now, I know it's December of 2016, but here's the budget. Government pensions, $1.3 million. Government health care, $1.5 trillion. So once again, government pensions and government health care. Government education, $1 trillion. National defense, 0.9 trillion. So you might as well say that's about 1 trillion. Let me see. Government welfare, the thing that you hear the so-called conservatives complaining about all the time, 0.5 trillion. So $0.5 trillion, about as much as computer hacking. That's what government welfare comes to. All other spending, 1.7 trillion. Total government spending, $6.9 trillion. You might as well round it up and say 7 trillion. The federal deficit says 0.5 trillion, so $0.5 trillion. So, just for the record, the government's money is going to the military because of defense. It's going to government health care to pay the doctors, the legal drug dealers. It's going to government pensions to make sure the people who work for the government get a shit ton of money and you don't. It's going to government education to miseducate and indoctrinate people, to teach them it's okay to be a trans testicle. You know, it's okay to change your gender at 5 years old, and all the other bullshit that you're trying to feed your children. That damn brain poison, that poison brain food. It's going to things like that. But then they'll turn around and say that $0.5 trillion that's going to welfare is basically black people basically being leeches and taking all of the government's money for poor black people to feed their unwanted children. That's what they tell you. And then they say, well, this is why we don't like the so-called minority. Just for the record. These mofos are freaking hilarious. I mean, you gotta love them. I mean, if they weren't so stupid, they would actually be downright comical. I mean, I laugh at them all the time, but I laugh it off because it's like, what else can you do? I mean, some people are just so stupid and evil, you know? Seriously, they don't like us, not because of reality TV, like my boo Cardi B said, Miss Baccaris. Hope I pronounced her name correctly. That's not the reason why they don't like you. They literally just don't like you because of your melanin, basically. And if they had the melanin, they would think that they were God. They already think they're God now. If they had melanin, forget about it. That's why they take melatonin pills. I remember somebody, was it Bobby Hemmett? It was somebody like that who said some crazy shit like, yeah, the melatonin pills are flying off the shelves. And I went to a store and I looked at the shelf at the little vitamins and different things. I say where I went to Walmart one day and I'm looking, I'm like, and I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 bottles of melatonin. And I was like, oh shit. Are they really flying off the shelves? Was he right? I'm pretty sure it was Bobby Hemmett that said that shit. And I was like, oh shit. But anyways, they don't dislike you because of you wearing a hoodie. They don't dislike you because of sagging pants. They don't dislike you because of hip hop. They don't dislike you because of reality TV. They dislike you because of black vision. They just don't like seeing black, even though you're not really black. The so-called black people's skin is brown. They just don't like seeing melanin. They don't like seeing brown skin. That's literally all it is. Period. Stop letting these people poison your minds and just be the best that you can be. Don't deprive yourself of a little reality TV. You know, if that's what you want to do, it's none of their business. People have plenty of things that they indulge themselves in that they shouldn't be. You have people out here that can sympathize better with a drunk than they can with somebody who watches reality TV. Somebody be a drug addict, a pill popper, for example, and they say, well, I can understand you getting high. But they can't understand me enjoying my baby Cardi B on Love and Hip Hop. They'll diss me, but then say that it's okay and cool and normal and acceptable for you to abuse prescription drugs, for example. You know, everybody has their way of unwinding. Everybody has their way of getting high or their own form of escapism. If you want to go watch people ram their helmets into each other, watch football, bread and circus. If you want to watch people destroy each other in the football field, that's your fucking prerogative. I think it's stupid, but you know, I'm not going to say you watching football is why somebody doesn't like you. If you want to go watch Negro ball, the NBA, the Negro Ball Association, black balls I like to call it. If you want to watch these fucking black guys jump around and put a ball into a hole with a net on it, if you think that that's, you know, cool, if you think that's entertaining, you know, I'm not going to tell you that that's the reason why people don't like you, because you watch people play with their balls. Even though I think it's mindless self-indulgence, I think there's something you can actually get out of watching Love and Hip Hop and reality TV. It's to look into people's minds, the psychology, the psychological aspect of it, and the relationship aspect of it, to see how people deal with issues and what people are thinking and the way that people think. That's what I want. To me, it's another area of study. I actually watch it to see how people think, to see what people are doing, what type of moves that people are making in business, in the world, and relationships, stuff like that. You know, I look at it for the things that I can actually learn from it. And people will say, well, there's nothing you can learn from it. I tell you what people really can't learn from is when assholes have something negative to say about reality TV. You people who have all that shit to talk about reality TV, it'd be somebody who's like a pothead or something. It's like, listen, you sit around getting high all the fucking time, and you think that that's okay. I don't think that that's okay. But you have an issue with me watching a fucking TV show, and you say, well, this is why they don't like us black people. No, fool, they don't like black people and so-called minorities in general, literally, just because of melanin. That's all it boils down to. Because if you go back in the past, they didn't like you then, they don't like you now, they won't like you in the future. When they make shows about the future, they make sure that there's little to no black people there. And if they are, if there is somebody black there, it's definitely not somebody who's speaking like me. It's somebody who's kissing white ass. And there's a reason why they do that. Because they just don't like you just because you're you. Plain and simply. And if you have to kiss somebody's ass for them to like you, they don't like you. They just love what that mouth do. So keep on kissing. Or shut the fuck up. But this is all my opinion. What do I know? Just an asshole with a microphone. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channel. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog on Instagram. White supremacy, take this dick in your ass and this L.